Now, if anybody can describe Rashad McCants, you'd say that he was a hell of a player at UNC. He was an average player in the NBA, 4 seasons, and he was out of there. And you would say that he is a colorful commentator on Gil's Arena. Actually, if I could describe him with one word on his commentary and his opinions, I would say delusional.
Bro, I know this game to the T. And I studied with the great nigga. So he told me how to be the great nigga without having to say a fucking word. Nigga, get these numbers every quarter. No threes, no free throws. You guaranteed these points. Now then you put that in, you say, I can get 81. If I factor this in, I got 15 in the first. That was easy. Wasn't doing nothing. It was easy. I was just...
What 81 you talking about?
Kobe's 81.
Boy, it's out the mud. We got Rashad McCants.
Kobe's 81. Kobe's 81.
We appreciate
Kobe's
y'all for tuning
81.
in out the mud. Zach Randolph, Rashad McCants, Cemetery Lane. We did it. Out the mud.
Now, I know that sounded very outlandish. That sounded crazy coming from somebody who couldn't even average 20 points per game in the league. But that was nothing compared to some of the other stuff he said about his former coaches, about his former teammates. At one point, he even started talking about slavery and plantations.
Third year we won the championship. I'm on Sports Illustrated, all that, everything that happened. That's Uncle Wes on the phone every day.
Hyped up.
You know what I'm saying? What we got to do?
Word.
Man, you in jail, bro. You got to do this sentence, man. When you done, you get to come play with the big boys. Right now, you do what he say. He the warden.
Now, when he's talking about the warden, I'm assuming that he's talking about head coach for UNC, Roy Williams, which is pretty interesting to me because this was his junior year, he's saying. His third year, he was on lockdown. He was playing and he had a warden. But what he won't tell you is that his sophomore year, he had the best season of his career. So if it was like playing in a jailhouse, why not go to the draft? You averaged 20 points a game. You were considered one of the best basketball players in college basketball, and you were a lottery pick. Now, I'm assuming you came back to accomplish one goal, and that was to win a championship. But why be on lockdown? Why come back if you're that unhappy?
Not the ward. That's how the man.
He had you on point.
Hold on,
we on point.
We had him on point.
It ain't no plantation. It ain't no plantation though. The universe ain't no plantation. Are you getting paid to play?
No, at the time. Explain that,
I'm just saying.
Because that's been a lot of your talk of today. You know what I'm saying? Pretty much, a lot of people would say, "Damn," looking at it on the outside, looking in, like, "Damn, why he throwing UNC under the bus?"
Yep.
Now you won a championship with them. You gonna give them that kudos, right?
Great
Yeah,
times.
we can give it to him for now. Yeah.
Okay, now explain the frustrations you had with players and the university as a whole. Looking
There
back.
ain't never been no frustration. It was a realization.
Cause what he wanted to do.
Shit, he wanted to minimize. Like, the whole thing with them is gatekeeping and controlling the flock, right? So you got to control your players. Matt Doherty told me in a meeting after I had a good game, won the game for us, pulled me in the motherfucking meeting, was like, I don't know why you remind me of Michael so much, but we couldn't stand him. And you look like you come into the gym and you walk past your teammates and you just think you're the shit. You think this is we're in the meet. Just when I'm thinking he gonna tell me good game, and he's telling me about how he don't like that I remind him of Mike, and he didn't like Mike, and everybody knew it, and he would never let me average over 20 points a game because Dean never let Mike do it. So from the beginning, that's freshman year. I'm averaging 21 at the time.
Damn.
He told me that and benched me for 3 games and then took me down to 17. Freshman. Josh Howard was leading the ACC in scoring at 20. I was at 21.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was player of the year that year. I'm just saying.
All right, it's a lot to unpack right here. Now, I do understand the whole plantation thing, right? I do understand that at that time, there was no NIL. You had to wait and sit out a semester if you transferred. A lot of people felt like they were stuck when it came to college sports. A lot of people, it wasn't right. You had to go under the table to get you some money. And if you got caught, you're suspended. While the NCAA makes 100% profit off of your name. So it does kind of feel like a plantation. I can agree with Rashad McCants in that aspect. Now, I can't speak if this actually happened in the meeting with Matt Doherty, his rookie year, saying that, hey, you remind me of MJ. We can't let you score those points, boy, because we don't do it like that over here at UNC. But what I will say is that if that were true and you're saying that it was other players in the meetings, I haven't seen anybody else say something. I didn't see Marvin Williams, Sean May, Raymond Felton. Nobody said anything. So to me, it's kind of like I'm leaning more towards like you throwing a little sauce on it. And that's okay. We all throw a little sauce on our story sometimes. But also, Rashad, some of the things you saying just not making sense. So it was 35 games played that season. You started 31. So you said you were benched for 3 games straight. So if you averaged 21 points per game and you did not play for 3 straight games, shouldn't your points per game average be ding, 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 21 points per game if you were DNP? So to me, that's not making sense. That you not playing isn't going to hurt your average. Now, I'm not sure if he put you in the game for 2 minutes and then benched you and that hurt your average, but it said from the games played and the total games that y'all played as a team, what you're saying likely doesn't make sense in my personal opinion. Rashad McCants recently has found some newfound fame because of his resurgence that he made on Gil's Arena, a very popular podcast in the sports realm that has blew him up because he's known as the guy with the weird opinions, the delusional guy. He's like the LeBron hater. He's taken on the evil role. And in the midst of that, on that podcast and on his tour run of other podcasts, he's been very critical about the University of North Carolina, about Roy Williams, his head coach, as well as his teammates that he won the championship with. So people have been getting tired of just biting their tongue and not saying how they feel about the situation until now.
You benched him, then that means you don't play.
Yeah.
So it doesn't fuck up your average.
Why you didn't leave?
The math don't math.
Why you didn't leave? You stayed 2 more years.
Nigga.
Stay 2 more years. I'm gonna address the plantation dumb shit he's talking about. First and foremost, let's address something. Ray, y'all won a championship, right? Mm-hmm. When you win a championship, you gotta sacrifice certain things, right?
100.
The number 2 pick in the draft in 2005 was who?
Marvin Williams.
Did he start?
6 man.
How many minutes did he play?
Shit. 16 a game, maybe. You know.
And he was the number 2 pick, right?
Mm-hmm.
Marv had a problem? I don't think so. He was good. So this just you being a dickhead. That's all this is. You just a dickhead and a selfish fuck.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's all that comes down to.
Yeah.
What this comes down to is you take no accountability for shit.
Now, for those who don't know who this man is that's talking right now, this is Theo Pinson. Theo Pinson played for Roy Williams in UNC from 2014 to 2018. His junior year, he won a championship. I think that he has a point. I think that what he said about Marvin Williams and accountability, all that could be right. It's a little weird, though, coming from somebody who didn't play on that team. You know nothing about how Roy Williams was previously, 10 years before you got there. So I think that he's kind of out of pocket and he does a lot of the talking. But we'll get to Raymond Felton, who's going to back up a lot of the ideology.
You take accountability for nothing. You shit on guys that you went to war with. I've talked to Ray multiple times, and he said the second best scorer I ever played with is Rashad McCants. He said it, but he don't gotta fucking lie. No one bro, you have killed all your fucking relationships. You have. Nobody else take accountability for you being a fucking dickhead. That's why nobody fucking like you. Dickhead. That's why you're not associated with us. Oh, but wait a minute. But you said them, right? But did you show up to Carolina and try to mend your relationship this past year? Wait a minute. Oh, he didn't say that on the pod. We missed that one. You didn't tell TA and Zebo that, oh yeah, but I tried to go to Carolina this past year and mend my relationship with the program, and you was looking for Coach Williams. Newsflash, dumbass, he don't coach there no more. So why the fuck would he be there?
Now that's the important part. That's what we needed to hear. That's what you call exposure. Because this man just said it was like a plantation and that he's the warden. The coach is the warden. He's like the slave master. You in jail. But yet you wanted to go mend a relationship with these people? You went back to North Carolina? Where you went back year after year? After you said your freshman year you was done dirty? You had your best season your sophomore year, but yet you stayed again? Let's be real. You're throwing a little sauce on it, my boy. The math ain't math, and what did you do to ruin these relationships? Your teammates don't like you, your coach don't like you, the university don't like you. That's the real thing. What was you doing at North Carolina? Now, before Raymond Felton would go in and say his part and how he feels about Rashad McCants, they would show another clip where he speaks on how draft day, they had 4 people that were getting drafted. They had Marvin Williams, Raymond Felton, Sean May, and none other than Rashad McCants. So of course your coach is gonna show up to the draft. Y'all just won a championship. 4 of y'all are getting drafted. It's a special night. He says that Coach Williams didn't even come to his section. Didn't come over there and say congrats, good luck, nothing. Which really shows that there was some type of issue between those two. Now, I don't know if it's because Rashad McCants is very unlikable, he's mad, or it could be Roy Williams is a bad person. But everybody's vouching for Roy Williams. Everybody's saying that this guy, Rashad is the problem.
Remember I told you, Coach Williams, I said he was going to
walk to the green room.
Yeah. So he's there because it's 4 of us now. It's not just me. It's me, Sean, Raymond, and Marvin. So all of us are there. And he said at everybody's table but mine.
Oh, it was some secret smoke going on, man. That was going on.
He stopped by everybody's table but yours.
No, ain't no stop by.
Just I didn't go over there.
Yeah.
Damn.
3rd year we won the championship.
When he spoke to Ray, he spoke highly of Roy. He spoke highly of Roy.
What do Steven usually do? I'm Django, nigga. I'm Django. Man, Master ain't treat me well at all, homie. I don't know how y'all niggas saying Master treated y'all well, cause you still gotta go shake his hand and shit. Well, you niggas better stay away from me with that shit he did by us.
Yeah, I'm different. Yeah, I'm Django. Y'all are just the little peon slaves. That's what he's saying. So I can see why this was highly offensive. You're basically smearing the legacy of other players and coaches at UNC to make yourself look better. Yeah, so Raymond Felton, he has some choice words for him.
Mama watching this, Mom, I'm sorry, but I gotta address this my way. Excuse my language. He's a clown. He's a fuckboy. And all this you talking on Twitter with Theo, talking about seeing somebody, seeing all that, nigga, come see me.
Yeah.
Come see me. I want all of it. All the smoke. Wherever, whenever. I promise you. You know that.
Hookah, cigar?
You really know that. I'm gonna tell you that. So I try to be cool for a long time. I never said nothing about you when you did that bullshit on ESPN. I never even said nothing to you. I never even said nothing about you. I canceled interviews because I wasn't going to address it. But now you're attacking my brothers. Now you're attacking a legacy that we built with your dumb ass at Carolina. You talk about our coach, who did nothing but being great to us. Nigga, you win lottery. You win lottery.
You a complainer.
So it's Coach Williams' fault that you didn't play that long in the league. That's his fault too, right? That's your fault. I played 14 years. Marv played more. There's a lot of us that played a lot of years of professional basketball that was on that team. But you the one that fucked your career up. Like Theo said, take accountability for your dumb ass, for your shit. But I'm done with you, bro. I'm done talking about you. I try to give you your flowers even on top of your bullshit because you can play basketball. That's one thing you can do. And you can't look stupid too. That's another thing you can do. Because you're doing that right now, talking this BS. You think people liking what you're saying, because of course people like stupid shit, man. That's what sells on TV. That's what sells on social media. So you think you're doing something, but you're really looking like a fool, honestly. But you're getting your money though, so I ain't mad at you. Get your money, do all of that. That's cool, that's great. But as far as with us, nigga, you dead to me. Been dead to me, for real. But dead to me. I would never speak your name again because you ain't worth nothing. You ain't worth my life. You ain't worth anything, my nigga. Straight up. But if you do want some smoke, however you want it, I'm serious too. However you want it, because I go either way. I promise you. I go either way. So I'm gonna leave it at that.
Ah, damn. This is a 21-year-old beef, a 20-year-old beef. I don't know what they got going on. I don't know what's the root of this issue. I don't know what Rashad McCants' experience is compared to Raymond Felton, why he feels the way that he feels, especially when he had a successful career at UNC. You won a championship. You were drafted in the lottery. Everything after that is on you. And I'm not sure if he's blaming them for that, but Raymond Felton has a point. What was so bad? If you hated your rookie season, why'd you come back for a sophomore? If you hated your sophomore season, what you come back for a junior year for? Have you ever thought that maybe at 21 you was a man, and now that your coach don't got to deal with you, that's probably why he didn't show up for you in the green room? He probably did hate your guts, but it's probably because of your personality. I can tell just from watching all these podcasts and watching Gil's Arena that you are a man of high intelligence, but you're very heavily opinionated. And your opinions, I hate to say that there's such thing as a wrong opinion, but sometimes there is. Sometimes it's a lot of delusionality going on. I don't even know if that's a word. But you're the same guy who just said you could have scored 81 points easy. You never came close to that. So, I just want to know what y'all think about this situation, man. Do y'all think that Raymond Felton is right? Do y'all understand where he's coming from? Or do we think that Rashad McCants may just be the black sheep and he was picked on and they thought that maybe he was too much like MJ? What are we believing? What are we not? Y'all let me know down below in the comments, man. Like, share, subscribe, comment, hit that notification bell. And we out, baby. Boom! Big Just LaFlare.
It's him.